Good morning. I would like to start out talking about a trade dress in chapter 14. Trade dress is the overall appearance and image of a product that has an acquired secondary meaning. A patent. A patent grants the holder exclusive rights to produce, sell, use a product, and process invention, machine, or even asexually reproduced plants for 20 years. Can patent anything. Cross licensing is an illegal practice in which two patent holders license each other to use their patent objects, but but neither can license anyone else to use those patented objects without the other's consent. So I can't just say, "Yo, John, go use Terry's new tool that he made that he has a patent on." Nah, we need his consent first. We need Terry's consent first before John can use that. So, a trade secret is a process, product, method of operation, or compilation of info used in a business that is not known to the public. A copyright is the exclusive legal right to reproduce, publish, and sell the fixed form of an expression of an original creative idea. Excuse me. The fair use doctrine, also in chapter 14, provides that a portion of a copyrighted work may be reproduced for purposes of criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. In chapter 14, I had also read about Software and Copyright Act of 1976, the No Electronic Theft Act of 1997, the Digital Millennium, that was kind of cool, and the File Sharing Networks and Technologies. To end chapter 14 on intellectual property, global dimensions of intellectual property law was concluded. An agency. So, chapter 15 really gets gritty on agencies and the relationship to a principal. P-A-L, not P-L-E. So, an agency is a reliable relationship between an agent and a person. So, for instance, the agent acts on behalf of and is subject to the control of the person, in which we would call the principal. So, person, principal, easy enough. I'm sure you know that, Mr. Gibson. And then types of agency relationships. So, a principal to agent relationship, an employer to employee, an employer to an independent contractor are all types of agency relationships. An expressed agency is an agency relationship through an oral or written agreement. Can be either or. It really doesn't matter. And then power of attorney is an agency agreement used to give an agent authority to sign legal documents on behalf of the principal. Agency by implied authority. So, agency relationships in which agency relationships in which customs and circumstances rather than a detailed formal agreement determine the agent's authority. In an agency by implied authority, courts have allowed agents to 1. Receive payments of money due to the principal, and 2. Enter into contracts for incidentals. 3. They have been allowed to employ or discharge employees, and 4. By equipment and supplies. Also in chapter 15, I had also learned a lot about agency by ratification. Estoppel got a little complicated, but there was still enough information in there to retain some stuff. Agency by estoppel, also known as apparent authority. And then a principal's duties to the agent include duty of compensation, duty of reimbursement and indemnification, the duty of cooperation, and the duty to provide safe working conditions. Now, kind of vice versa here, an agent's duties to the principal include duty of loyalty, duty of obedience, duty of accounting, the duty of performance, and the duty of notification. Went on to discuss disclosed principal on a disclosed principal, an undisclosed principal, and a partially disclosed principal. We're all summing up chapter 15. So a disclosed principal is one whose identity is not known by the third party when the latter enters into agreement negotiated by the agent. So then from there, you have a partially disclosed principal, which is one whose identity is not known to the third party at the time of agreement, although the third party does know that the agent represents the principal. And an undisclosed principal is one whose identity and existence are unknown to the third party. That sums up chapter 14 and 15 on my end, and thank you for your time.